Is it normal that my father still hits me even as an adult? Disclaimer, this is not my story time. Send me on Instagram. When I was a kid and I got in trouble, my dad would hit me. I always knew to expect it, so it wasn't a really big deal. But of course, I would do my best to stay out of trouble. Sometimes he would use a belt and sometimes he would slap me across the face. The slapping was the worst part. From the ages of 10 to 12, I didn't really get hit because I never got in trouble. When I turned 14, things started getting rough. I wanted to date boys and my dad was not having it. So his form of punishment sometimes was even taking food away from me. This happened on 2 occasions when I was 14 and I almost ran away because of it. I know most of you are thinking that my mom should have stepped in, but my mom was pretty afraid of my dad too. Sometimes I feel like my parents have brainwashed me into thinking that what my dad is doing is fine. The sad part is that I'm now 20 and my dad still hits me from time to time. I do have to say my father has always been there for me. He's provided me with a great life and a good education. And it's not like he would just hit me out of nowhere. It was only when I got in trouble and for specific reasons. But I do think he needs to stop it because I'm 20 now. Here's where things get really messy. I just got engaged and my fiance hates my father.
Hey guys, you ready for me while I talk about how I got bit in the face by a dog? Okay, so this happened like 2 days ago at one of my friend's house. And I was sitting by this big black dog. It's like a German Shepherd black lab mix. I was sitting by him. I snapped one of my friends a picture. I looked to the side, I kind of shifted my phone to the side, and I heard him growl. He growled and then just latched onto my cheek. And that made me fall off the bed, obviously, because I tried to get away from him, so I turned and fell off the bed. And then while I was on the ground, I could see blood dripping from my face. And I was with 2 people, so one of the girls there started laughing because she thought that I just got scratched or something, and then I was like, no, actually I just got bit in the face. And not to mention, this was a unprovoked thing. I didn't do anything to the dog. I was sitting on my phone and he just kind of, I guess, got mad at me or something. I don't know. After I got bit, we went to the urgent care. We waited 10 minutes for some reason. I don't know. We wanted to, I don't know, I guess we didn't think it was that bad, even though I was bleeding, but we were kind of in shock. Then I went to the urgent care, and the urgent care basically said that they weren't gonna help because they didn't want to stitch up my face. They wanted somebody more professional to stitch my face because it is my face. They don't want it to look bad or heal bad. So they go to the ER and they'll help you there. So I ended up going to the ER. I was there for about 2.5 hours maybe. I'm not really sure. I was kind of out of it. And then at the ER, I was still bleeding an hour in. So they took me back pretty fast. And then what they have to do is they have to clean out the my scratches, which they thought they were scratches, but it turns out whenever they were cleaning them, they shot water, or the saline, through this hole, and it came out this hole. So we found out they weren't just scratches. These two are connected. And I have a video of the water shooting out through both sides, and it's actually really cool. After that happened, they were stitching me up. They gave me a little bit of numbing. They didn't inject anything because they didn't want swelling to get too bad. So they only really put numbing gel, so the stitches did hurt. But I sat through it and got them done. I have 5 stitches. I have 3 right here and 2 right here because my lip was opening too far. Then as you can see, I'm starting to bruise quite a bit on my face. At first it wasn't really bruising, it didn't really look too bad, but you can really tell now, and it's very swollen. And while I was at the ER, they told me how dangerous it was to stitch up dog bites because they can get infected super easily, but I don't want to have big scars on my face. So, well, this one they were gonna stitch. This one she was like, we can stitch it. It's gonna make it not as obvious whenever it heals, but it is in risk of getting infected. And I just went ahead and got it stitched because I didn't want it to open and have to deal with it bleeding and stuff. So that's what I ended up doing.
My little sister, who's 15 years old, is throwing the biggest party known in the community or the city tonight at our house. And best believe I'm here to witness it. I found out today. My brother calls me and he's like, yo, are you gonna be home? Seema's throwing a rager and I'm gonna live stream it. What do you mean she's throwing a rager? And he's like, yeah, I hired security. There's security coming. There's a DJ. Do you guys hear the music? They're starting. I don't know what to expect, but I go into mama mode. If there's one backpack that enters the backyard, kicking him out. I'm gonna say, what's in your backpack? Huh? Open your bags. I can't believe there's bodyguards here. There's 3 security guards. I just saw them outside. I don't know what Seema was thinking to throw this party or why, where it came from. No idea. It makes me wonder. I'm are you cool in school? Are you a cool girl? Are you popular? I didn't even used to go to parties in high school. There used to be so many parties, and I probably went to 2. Mostly because I wasn't invited. Did you guys know in my high school time, I'm not even kidding when I say this, there was a group of cool girls, and those cool girls were called the kiddies. So if you were a part of the kiddies, that clique, you were cool, and you went to all the parties, you threw the parties, and the guys had a clique. I forgot what the guys' name were, but let me tell you, I was not a part of the kid. But I was jealous. I was jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I was why can't I be a kitty cat? Meow. Wonder where all those girls are now. Do a story time, please. If you were part of the kiddies, do a story time on your experience in the kiddies.
Story time on how my best friend made an Instagram tea page for my school, posted me on it, and then lied about it. Okay, so a little backstory. Let's call this girl Madison. She was in our friend group with 2 other girls named Ivy and Riley, and we were all in the gifted classes. Keep that in mind. Okay, so this all happened on a Friday, and I wasn't even here for a few periods because I was helping my mom. And at the time, my boyfriend, he had texted me. He was like, there was a fight. I'm like, what? There's a fight when I'm not at school? So I text my group chat about the fight, the friend group I was just talking about. And they're like, yeah, there's a fight. But Madison, she recorded the fight and got in trouble for it. I'm like, of course she did, because she has issues. Okay, so after the fight happened, I'm still with my mom. I go on Instagram. And I see an account requested to follow me called Our School T Page. And I'm like, what? And I'm messy. So I accept it from my account and I request to follow them. And they accept me in like 2 minutes. I go on there to see who they posted, and lo and behold, it's a picture of me. So I click on the post. I'm like, hold on, cause what? I click on the post and it says my boyfriend's name, watch out, cause she's a homie hopper, and it put my ex on there. I was literally flabbergasted. But I'm not even a homie hopper, so I was upset. I didn't even look at the other posts on the page because I was too into my post. So I got mad and I posted on my Instagram story, tagged them everything, this, that, and the third. I was upset. I was heated. And about 30 minutes after that, my mom drops me off at school because we finished. And then I go to the friend group. I'm like, I know y'all see this. And then Madison, she's like, oh my God, yeah, they called you a homie hopper. And I was like, yeah. And she don't even follow the account. Keep that in mind. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just upset. So Ivy and Riley, they're like, yeah, we need to figure out who did this. And they're telling me all this stuff about the fight and all that happened. We're just talking about everything. And remember how I said there were 2 posts on the page? I didn't look at the first post. And they told me that the first post was of this boy in the gifted classes. So we were like, okay, well, whoever made the account has to be somebody in the gifted classes. And at this point, we're playing detective. We're trying to figure this out. As we're playing detective, we're like, we try to think of everybody in the gifted classes because there's only one gifted class, okay? And we're all in that class. So we just trying to figure out who it could be. And our friend group is me, Riley, Ivy, and Madison. And Madison, she has a few issues. She's a liar and she's a manipulator. But she's still our friend nevertheless. Like, we're not just going to cut her off. So I was like, is it Madison? And then she gets all defensive. She's talking about, it's not me. There's no way it could have been me because I got in trouble for recording the fight. Remember, she recorded the fight. But she was only gone in the office, from what I heard, for 30 minutes. And no posts were made in that time frame. But a post was made right before she recorded the fight. Okay, so fast forward to 5th period. I'm on the soccer team, and most of the girls in the gifted classes are too. So we all have pictures that day, and we all go to pictures except for Madison because she's on the soccer team. She just didn't go. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Why is she not at the pictures? And mind you, she's still in the school. We just don't know where. So we had soccer pictures all of 5th period. And when I get back to change into my regular clothes out of my soccer uniform, I go on my phone and I go to look at the account. There's like 7 new posts. And I'm like, okay, hold on. I can narrow this down now. Because A, we know it's somebody in the gifted classes. We know it's not any of the girls that are on the soccer team because they were taking pictures. So the only person that's left is Madison. Okay, since it's Friday, we always go back to 1st period at the end of 5th period. And I was telling Ivy and Riley how I think it's Madison. And they were like, me too.